Hey Kelly, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I've been looking forward to chatting to you. Like really, I know we spoke.
We are always
Lockdown,
chatting, you and
yeah.
I. You know, we are always chatting. There's so many interviews of ours.
I know, but we
Yeah.
haven't spoken since your reality show,
Yeah.
and most recently your album.
Yes,
So
we
let's start
haven't.
with your album. How do you feel about how people have responded to it?
Sure, it's heartwarming. It's mind blowing. It just confirms that I'm on the right path in terms of who I am, my choice of music, just continuing to fight to be the best that I can possibly be. Yeah.
And so I love the whole album. What inspired the album? I was listening to an interview you did. You spoke about that it's a work of love. So what inspired this particular album? For me, as a fan, it's my favorite album of yours.
Wow.
And for you, where does it sit?
Well, I don't know where it sits. I'm still taking it in, to be quite honest. And I've had work before, but this one is by far the best, based on the songs being on the charts and being on the #1 on iTunes, Spotify, and all these other things. People going crazy over the album. So it basically says it's my best work by far. So I'm still trying to just take it all in, you know, and Mpini going gold, Mpini reaching million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's all happening so fast. I haven't really taken time to just take it all in. Yeah.
You know what I realized with this album, and a friend of mine was talking about it, you released a lot of acoustic versions of, so if you go on a YouTube page, there's a lot of different acoustic versions. There's a song with Slengiwe, there's Mpini, different versions. Was that intentional? Because I mean, we haven't seen you do this, and we love it. I mean, all your fans love it.
Absolutely. Also, Kelly is a singer, an amazing one for that matter. And what I've learned during lockdown is that people just want Kelly to sing. And I wanted to give them that with this album, hence the acoustics, where you just strip it down and you just get to appreciate, you know, the voice of Africa. Yeah.
Is it? I was telling you earlier that this particular song, I'm trying to find it on the album. Number 6, is it number 6? Just before your song with Lengiwe, sounds different. It doesn't really. Awas Luto.
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds very different. I mean, from the album, like what vibe were you going on for that song? I literally, the first time I listened to it, I was like, Kelly's probably featuring someone here on the song.
It's not even, it's just me. But also if you listen to a lot of songs, even Loshonanini. Yeah, it's just art.
Yes.
And also this is part of the art, but also Mundli and I were looking at people who made an impact in the African continent. And Brenda Fassie was one of those. And that's her sound.
Yeah.
And if you listen to Genyugela, Busim Hlongo made an impact in the African continent. So we wanted to bring back all those elements. Yeah.
I told you earlier, your reality show, my favorite, and not because you're here. I've said this to my friends even before.
If there's one person who will never lie to me, is you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. How was it like recording the reality show? It was very honest. It was there's a part that I found painful when you're sitting with Tingo and talking about her dad, and then you were crying. How was it recording that whole process?
It was an uneasy thing to do because it involved my daughter. You know, it's not just me. I can take all the blows, but now when it has to do with my kids, it's a very sensitive thing to tackle, and it was painful to go through that. But I'm glad I did. Because now there's no unanswered questions in my household, and also there's no tiptoeing around the idea of why we don't have a dad. They know exactly why they don't have a dad. And they know that mom would give anything for us to have a dad, but under circumstances, they don't. Yeah.
And we got to realize how smart your kids are.
Yeah.
Did you realize you're raising kids that were that smart? I remember you were on the bed with Christian, and then I don't know what you guys were talking about. And then he's like, basically. So yeah, that's basically what it is. And I thought to myself, okay, when I was that age, was I really saying basically to my mom? You know what I thought?
I know, right?
So did you realize that?
I know I'm raising quite confident and intelligent kids, and I think they get the intelligence from their mother. But also, I give credit to the schools that they go to. They are allowed to be themselves. They are allowed to voice their opinions. They are never suppressed. So I think the schools, and together with me, and brings out the product that you get to see. Yeah.
5 of your favorite songs right now, and I'm putting you on the spot. Literally 5 of your favorite songs right now.
Oh.
I mean, they can be your own songs. I mean,
Tiburones by Ricky Martin. If the World Was Ending. Young Tester.
Who's Young Tester?
Young Tester, yo. La 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 la.
Oh yeah.
Specifically.
You're on number 4. No, number 5.
I'm on number 5. What would be the other song? Ti Amo by Kalema. Yeah.
So, as musicians, do you ever get tired of singing certain songs? Are there songs that just like, you know what? When people ask me to sing the song when I perform on a tour.
Maybe it's our own songs because you. But also the beauty. I don't think we get tired at all. I'm looking at it now that you know, you get to experience the song from a different perspective.
Yes, from
from a different perspective, and also understand it from a different perspective, and it simmers into you, and the deliverance is different. Yeah.
The worst date you've ever been on?
Where I had to split the bill with the guy, and I'm like, dude, decide who's the man here, you or me. I don't do the split of the bill thing. It's either you let me pay the entire bill or you do it. The whole 50-50 thing doesn't work. It's either you're a man or a woman. Yeah.
And the worst pickup line?
The worst pickup line was, I have cows at my house with your name on it. I'm like, dude, don't use that male supremacy on me and use the cows as the bait. Because how dare you think that I want you? What makes you think that I want you? You and your cows.
So what, if there's a guy who's watching this,
yeah,
what type of guy makes Kelly's heart skip?
Oh my God.
Who's that guy who's like, oh, hey?
A man who's very content with who he is, very happy with who he is, very mature, very kind, very loving, and a man who doesn't want to hog my space, who understands that I have things, he's a part of my world, not my entire world. A man who is a good father, because if you are not a good father, I can't be with you. I'm a good mom, okay? So I need a man who understands what it means to be a good, present father.
And it seems your brand, Kelly, and I know on the reality show you said you don't want to see yourself as a brand, but you are, with the reality show, has grown. But we got to see different elements of Kelly. We got to see Kelly, the businesswoman, controversy Jin.
Yeah.
And that was quite interesting. What was the most surprising, or what has been the most surprising thing transitioning from just being an artist and now a businesswoman and being in the boardrooms you're talking about, that was your first time in a boardroom discussing a brand that you have created?
Knowing that everything relies on me now, I can't run to my management. I can't run to whoever. It's not music anymore. I'm not an artist. I'm a businesswoman, and any decision that I make affects me positively or negatively. So those are the things that I had to learn, and also just understanding who my market is. Yeah. I mean, this is a different world altogether. This is alcohol business. It's not like in the music where I just waltz through it. So there's a lot of learning. And I'm still learning. Yeah.
So if someone looking at you and they say, Kelly, how do you do it?
How do you do what?
All you do. Like, how do you continue to be a powerhouse?
Yeah.
Being through what you've been through, good and bad.
Yeah.
How do you do it? And like, I mean, I remember a friend of mine was saying that Kelly has really just like reasoned with this year and her brand is growing. But how do you do it?
Fighting parallel with the pandemic.
Yes.
So it's just, I think we all are capable of this thing. It's pretty simple. Focus on you. Block out anything and everything that's out there. Focus on this. What does Mulife want? What does make you happy? Do anything and everything to protect your space. Sometimes it requires you to be selfish, and that is very important. So those are the things that you need to do. Yeah.
Cool. Kelly, what's next for you? Are we seeing people love the show?
Yeah.
Are we seeing the show coming through? Or are you still thinking about, because we love the show and you were trending. And being on Showmax, you see, this is what's big, and I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
You're on Showmax, a streaming platform.
Yeah.
It's not free to air, and there's nothing wrong with free to air. You get it, and the show was big.
Yeah.
Are we expecting another show? How did that feel to be able to do that? Because you did that.
I wasn't expecting it. And when it happened, and I'm like, Father, you are faithful. You know, and I would like to believe that this was not my doing. It was God's doing. And he set me up for this blessing. And it would be such a shame to not have a season 2 because we hit hard. It was beautiful to actually see that a lot of people would go and even pay their subscriptions just to see Life with Kelly Khumalo. So I am really keeping my fingers crossed to have a season 2.
We loved it. I loved the ending. You and the kids in pink.
Yes.
Just the shot was amazing.
It was hot.
It was hot in those jackets.
Yo.
But it's for TV.
I know.
You know, like you have to look the part. Just like, you know
You're
what?
sounding like for tats. It's for TV.
It's for TV. Like, Kelly, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
No, it is. It's always a pleasure.
It's always very godly and beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is cool. Before you go, actually, which is the next video? Because I know Impini, we all love it. The video's out.
It's confusing.
Okay.
Right now, I'll be totally honest with you, because we have Genyugela picking up crazily. We have Espambanweni, which is also nominated for the Crown Gospel Award Song of the Year. And then we have Ngatwala Ngai, which is also now. So I have like 4 songs on the charts going all the way to the top. So we don't know now.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you work with your fans and say, hey,
I think we will work together on this one. Yes, I think it's the best thing to do.
Vote on social media and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do, actually. Thank you for that.
Cool. Thank you. This is great. Yay.